to our program, The Leaders. I'm Yuli Ismartono from AsiaViews. We are in Dilli, capital of Timor Leste, to chat with His Excellency President Xanana Gusmao, the country's first president since it gained independence in May 2002. Although President Gusmao spent most of his life fighting for his country's independence, he is known as a proponent of peace and reconciliation. Today, he devotes his time and energy to rebuilding Timor Leste after years of conflict. He is also known as the charismatic leader because he is a poet and has written an autobiography called To Resist is to Win. President Gusmao, thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
You have now led Timor Leste for close to 3 years. In your view, what have been the biggest challenges?
Well, sometimes we are confused of defining the challenges, but the big challenge now is to build the state institutions. And of course, complementing this effort, another challenge is to change the mentality of the people in order that they understand that right now, in the beginning, we need to sacrifice, we need to do everything that we can to strengthen the state institutions. I believe fundamentally there are these two are the big challenges that we face now.
And what are the development priorities for your country?
Another question difficult to answer. We face the standard already adopted by the international community, telling us that the education is the priority. But for us, right in the beginning, and because of the lack of economic development, I believe, in my point of view, that the agriculture, the small and medium enterprise should be the priority. But we face the global definition of priorities, and we are putting more money in education and health, but taking into account that we have to develop everything from zero almost. The big challenge now is how to deliver jobs to our population. You know, we are a little bit more than 900,000. More than a half of this population are youth. Almost 50% are under 20. This is the problem of having so many thousands of youth without employment, without jobs. It is the priority to solve.
So education and job creating programs.
Yes, agriculture.
So Timor Leste is rich in natural resources. How important will oil and gas be to the future of Timor Leste?
Very important, not only talking about the future, but in the medium term, very, very important. You imagine that we are being assisted by the international community, by the donor countries. We have a small budget, 75 million current budget. Total budget is more than a little bit more than 130 million a year. We are losing 1 million a day because we claim the right of belonging in 3 fields that Australia is exploiting. We are losing 1 million a day. You see, all the dependency that we are facing now. The money coming from the oil will make a big difference. We can do what we want, what we need.
And how long will that be?
We hope that in the next 3 years, maybe we can start receiving 100 million a year from another field, Bayunda. It will also help us defining some priorities, defining some areas that now we are in difficulties to assist.
So about in 3 years' time, you think that money will start pouring in? Good for you. Timor Leste, in the meantime, has been receiving foreign aid in its rebuilding efforts. Some critics have said that there is a danger of over-dependence on development assistance. What do you think? That's
a question that we put to ourselves when we defend our rights. We claim our rights with Australia, that we would not like to be dependent in aid all time. And if we can have our own resources, we can be also part of the international community, international donors to help other people more in need. And but it will not be so long. Of course, we are trying to persuade the international community that because we are in a difficult transition, we face difficult challenges, it is a moral obligation to continue to assist us. If we are considered so far as a successful case, the international community cannot just leave the problems to us. No? We try to remember Ivory Coast, for example. It was very successful. It was an example of governance, of principles, of democracy in Africa, and right now it is a disaster. No, I believe that the aids are important to prevent situations like that. We will do everything to avoid situations like this, internally, in political aspects, in stability, in trying to strengthen democracy, the conscience of human rights, etc., justice, but we continue to need help. Of course, because we have the perspective of having incomes from the Timor Sea, we know that it is temporary also, but it is the dilemma of continuing to ask for help, and from other side, the international community having, how to say, the awareness that they must continue to help us, just to avoid that we go through wars. No? We go back to the situation that we don't want.